Hey everybody, welcome back. Tony, No Guts, No Gluten. Happy almost Thanksgiving. Today we're going to be doing a gluten-free pull-apart yeast dough dinner roll. So I found this recipe. I made this recipe. It was really good, but I'm going to try it with the Caputo gluten-free pizza flour, or you make pizza dough with this flour. It's really good. So I'm going to try to make the dinner rolls with it. All right, let's get started. All right, so we're going to double this recipe, and we're going to need 4.5 cups of flour, and that's that Caputo flour I'm using. 3 teaspoons of xanthan gum, 4 teaspoons of instant yeast, a half cup of sugar, and I'm going to use Splenda, 2 teaspoons of salt, 2 cups of warm water, 105 to 110 degrees, 2 teaspoons of butter melted, 2 eggs, 4 table. Wait, let me start again. Cut. Rewind. 4.5 cups of the Caputo flour, 3 teaspoons of xanthan gum, 4 teaspoons of instant yeast, a half cup of sugar, which I'm going to use Splenda, 2 teaspoons of salt, 2 cups of warm water between 105 and 110 degrees, 4 tablespoons of butter melted, 2 eggs room temperature, and 2 teaspoons of cider vinegar. All right, so got the 4 cups of flour in here. I'm going to add the yeast, the salt, and the xanthan gum, and the sugar. So I'll do that and I'll be back. All right, I got all the dry ingredients measured out. I'm just going to give this a little whiskey poo. And if you wanted to sift this, you could, but I'm just going to give it a whisk. Just make sure everything gets mixed up in there. Okay. Now on to the mixer. And I'll bring you up and over. There you go. I'm just going to mix it up one more time. All right, let's check the water. I got the hot water or warm water. All right, it's about 120 degrees. So I'm going to take an ice cube in there. Now we're down to 110. Now we're slowly going to incorporate the water. And then we're going to get that going. All right, we're going to slowly add the water. add the butter. I'm going to add the 2 eggs, 1 egg at a time. And then apple cider vinegar. Alright, now we're going to let this beat for 3 minutes. So after 3 minutes, I'll bring it back. Yeah, bump up the speed to medium for 3 minutes. Alright, that was 3 minutes. Let's get this out of the way. It smells like dough. It smells actually like real dough. All right, we're gonna go. We're gonna go ahead and grease our 2 round pans. Well, we're gonna spray, and again, make sure your spray is gluten-free. All right, so anybody knows working with dough, especially gluten-free dough, how sticky it is. When I made this recipe the other day, well, not using this flour, but a different flour, the rolls turned out really good, but I ended up breaking my scoop, my 2-ounce scoop, so now I have a 1 ounce. So I'm going to be doubling the scoop and the balls. So, all right, I'm going to scrape this bowl down, and then I'm going to get some warm water to help form the balls, or the rolls. All right, I'll be right back. All right, well, the recipe also says you can use a third of a cup measuring cup for the dough. Come on. That feels kind of big though. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe a quarter? Let me go grab one of those cups. Yeah, I think that's better. So we'll just place that in. Make sure you get some water on your hands or spray. All right, I'm going to do that until both these pans are full. Then I'll bring it back when they're done. All right, as you can see, the 2 pans are filled. So if you wanted to take a little bit of warm water and smooth the edges, smooth the tops, not the edges, you just take. But I think they look pretty good, but it all depends if you're a perfectionist or not. I'm going to rip these open, put butter on them, and eat them down. So eat them up, eat them down, eat them left, eat them right. So it doesn't matter to me, but that's all you need to do. So these are going to proof for I think 45 minutes. Yeah. And cover them with a towel, 45 minutes to an hour. So once that's done, well, I'll bring you back. All right, they're over there. I just covered them with a towel. And for 45 minutes, they're going to be proofing. I have the oven set to 400. And when they're done, they're going to go in the, when they're done proofing, they're going to go in the oven at 400 for 25 to 28 minutes. All right, we'll see you in 45. All right, it's been an hour. How you doing? And the rolls have proofed. So now I'm going to throw them in the oven for, what I say, 25 minutes to 28 minutes. So, all right, in the oven she goes, and we'll bring you back in 25 minutes. All right, we checked the rolls at 20 minutes, and they're ready to come out of the oven. So let's grab them. All right, one of the ways to check is that if the roll, the internal temperature of the rolls is 200 degrees, so we're right at 200, moving up a little bit. So about 200 degrees. All right, so now I got some melted butter, some butter. Then we're just going to brush this on. Move over to the next one. And this was probably 3 tablespoons of melted butter. Butter. All right, these smell delish. All right. We're going to let these puppies cool down. And oh man, I don't know if I'm going to let it cool down or not. They smell just like yeasty rolls that have the gluten in them. I bet these would be good hamburger buns too. So, all right. We'll look at the bottom, how golden brown that is. All right, I think I'm going to make room for this one. Let this one cool faster. I just plop that in the butter dish. Actually, I'll put it on the rack. All right, when these cool down, I'll be back. All right, look at that. Yummy, yummy. It smells really good. Oh man. I'm speechless. These are freaking awesome. I, I don't know. I don't know how I do it, but damn! Mm, mm, mm. And they're chewy just like regular bread. Look. And there's no butter or anything. These would definitely make a good hot hamburger bun, possibly a hot dog bun too. After the holidays, I'm going to try hamburger and hot dog buns out using this recipe and Caputo flour. Geez, these are good. I could eat these. Mm, yeah, that's definitely a winner. All right, you guys definitely have to try this recipe. Excuse me. The smell in here. Yeah, so check them in 20 minutes instead of 25. With gluten-free, always check your baking a little bit early because you just never know. And just go from there. I mean, this is a killer recipe. I will, definitely be making hamburger buns out of this and hot dog buns. And if this works, it's definitely going to be a game changer for hamburgers and hot dogs. You know, I mean, look, try doing that with gluten-free bread, a bun. I'm speechless. I mean, this this is really good. All right, well, happy Thanksgiving, and hopefully you don't spend too much time with cooking and everything. Enjoy your family, and just try baking. Try a recipe. Yes, flour is expensive. You know, just try something. Um, the Caputo flour, night and day with this recipe. So, um, yeah, who did I get this? I just took a recipe offline and my kitchen or myglutenfreekitchen.com and use the Caputo flour instead of the bread flour, the gluten-free bread flour. So use everything the same and 20 minutes instead of 25. Check it with a thermometer, 200 degrees, perfect. So this is why, I do what I do. I don't do it. I don't get paid. Nobody pays me for YouTube. I don't, I'm way under the subscription the subscribers. So if I can help somebody by, eating better, then, you know, definitely try this recipe. All right. Happy Thanksgiving, and we'll see you. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Tony, no guts, no gluten. Like and subscribe.